You guys ever seen Tron? Okay, well, I had this whole calculated bit plan. I didn't even say the punchline yet. Oh my god. This franchise is odd. It's never been all that successful, yet it's still massively influential. It's both the most rudimentary film I've ever seen, and yet also the most real a movie has ever looked in this way. Not including Avatar. And now that it's been about 15 years, now's the perfect time to do a third movie. Man, this franchise really inspired my upload schedule. What? No. Alright, whatever. So because Tron Ares is releasing finally, I figured now I can finally put my Trontism to good use by going over fuck! So because Tron Ares is finally releasing, I figured now that I can So now that Tron Ares is finally releasing, I decided to put my Trontism to good use by covering absolutely everything in this franchise. Damn it. This movie is about Kevin Flynn, a guy who I'll get more into later because I gotta describe that this movie uses Wreck-It Ralph logic, the idea that all computer things are on the same plane of existence as every other computer things. But obviously in this one, other computer things can interact without being connected by an extension outlet, obviously. Where was I going with this? Computer. Yes, this movie is all about that thing you're looking at, assuming you're not looking at the monitor and instead looking at the big-ass cinder block with lights and yummy wiring inside. But before we go inside the computer, we must go out of the computer for some lore. Woof, okay, so, Kevin Flynn has been using a program he made called Clue to help search for any data that he can find to prove that he was the original developer of a video game that he made after a guy named Edward Dillinger stole his work, which allowed him to get all the way to the top of position of senior executive of the company Encom. Dillinger also made something called the Master Control Program that, despite being able to delete other programs completely, can't, for some reason, be bothered to delete the folder that contains the information that would expose Dillinger. But like, whatever, I guess he's just rage baiting this dude, or he's lazy. I get it. Here we meet Alan. Everyone say hi, Alan. Hi, he's working on a security program named Tron. Guys, do you think he's the main character? Find out soon as No! Anyway, I'm sure he's gonna be just fine if we leave him off camera for 15 minutes. Now, Alan goes down to the... Man, I don't remember the break room looking like this at my job. Okay, f*** you. You see, this is the room where Encom, the company that makes video games, makes... Oh man, what was this again? Oh yeah, it's a f***ing teleporter that can send things into the digital world. If this is the success that multiplayer Snake can achieve, imagine the contract work that Nintendo's given after they developed Pikmin.
Well, here goes nothing.
Yeah, interesting. You hear what you just said? Here goes nothing.
Well, what I meant was...
Actually, what we propose to do is to change something into nothing and back again. They might just as well have said, here goes something, here comes nothing.
Right.
Okay, this is actually the villain of Tron 3.
After all, computers are just machines. They can't think.
Some programs will be thinking soon.
Won't that be grand? Computers and the programs will start thinking, and the people will stop. Laura, I'm going to say around.
Holy shit, wait, is he? And now, we get some sort of freak accident where the meek and mild-mannered Alan has been digitized to the computer world, and with the help of his own program, Tron, No, we were right there! Oh, god damn it, I forgot about Flynn's whole shit. He's not even playing Clax, what the hell? Whatever, this scene's just here to show us that Kevin Flynn is bisexual. Like, I'm just saying, putting one rainbow in your room is a tell. Having 3 and bisexual lighting is one hell of a choice. I know what you are. Okay, I'm speeding all this up so we can get to the good stuff. Now we're at Big Door. Every building has one. I'm pretty sure Dillinger is going to this guy. Still at Big Door. Big Door is still opening.
Now that is a big door.
That's what I'm saying!
It's my fault. I programmed you to want too much.
I was planning to hit the Pentagon next week.
The Pentagon?
It shouldn't be any harder than any other big company. But now this is what I get for using humans.
Damn, Grok woke a second time and has now gone rogue. Who could have seen this coming if you ignored every single story about AI? God, who does he calculate he is? I don't have any jokes to put in the middle of this, and the ones I do take too long to go out. Tron time! Oh, Jesus. Stop! Stop, you're hurting him! Oh my god! Christ! Oh, never mind. He seems fine after experiencing whatever the hell that was. Even I don't feel good. And now that we're in the digital world, we can see immediately that there's parallels between the grid and the real world. Especially with this guy, Sark. This guy's named Sark, by the way. Don't forget that. He's also being played by the same actor who played He's also being played by the Dillinger actor, as they're both being master controlled by the Master Control program. It's like poetry, it rhymes quote.
I can't.
You rather take your chances with me? Want me to slow down your power cycles for you?
Wait! I need that!
Oh dude, I know the feeling. Ever had a crispy chicken sandwich? That shit's like air. But before we can even get situated, we have a situation. Cut that out of the fucking video. Flynn has to play games, but not like the ones he's used to. He's playing this one. We get some anti-religious theology, and we get a frisbee. Damn, this place sounds like fun. Here we also finally meet Tron. He fights for the users, but everyone at work just calls him Tron. And Tron, damn, is he good with an identity disc. He's got perfect parry timing, and really knows how to... Oh, Jesus. Here we also meet Ram, and he, Whoa. Whoa, dude, that's sick as hell, man. Whoa, he's going f***ing nuts with it. Okay, now it's time to kill! And they... I'm not gonna pause every time. I'm gonna be here all day if I go in depth about the spoon arm. Alright, whatever. Flynn has to play a round of Lethal League. Player 2 lethally leaves, and we meet up with Mr. He Fights for the Users, and we get him to join forces to, and I quote, fight for the users. Motorcycle time! Alright, we escaped this little arena. I'm legally required to point out the Pac-Man in the background, and now that we've reached the halfway point of the movie, we get a save point. I imagine this stuff tastes like blue Powerade with sugar and salt. Dave and Buster's style. Or G Fuel. I don't know, take your pick. Ah, fuck. Now we're left with Ram. Okay. At least we get a cool ship to get us on our way to meet up with Tron. Ram dies, but hey, cool ship is cool ship. And we get a little buddy that definitely won't get on my nerves. And we meet funny looking dudes. Could this day get any better?
Alright, no, I'm about to head to work right now, but like, we're gonna play Overwatch when I get back, because I literally need 3 more Overwatch classic games for the fucking loot box, and I'm not gonna do that shit on my own. I'm not solo queuing for that, alright?
And now we're pretty much at the... Okay, it's not just me, right? Like, we all saw that look right there. Something's happening. So now we're at the end of... Mickey Mouse? Okay, fine. Alright. We're now at the end. The rest is pretty smooth sailing. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a hack writer and I'm trying to make this section end as soon as possible. I really mean it when I say the next 10 minutes are gonna go by pretty fast. So there's not really much to talk about now. I mean, all that really happens at the end is Tron dies, he comes back, there's a big giant Star Fox looking guy.
You should have joined me. We'd have made a great team.
Swing! Woo! Boing boing!
You're very persistent, Tron.
I'm also better than you.
And then he's like gonna, like, I'm gonna kill you. Ugh!
I did it! You did it. You saved the bread.
I don't even know, man. I'm doing laundry right now. Kevin wins, and for that effort of nearly killing himself, Kevin Flynn gets a piece of paper that hopefully proves his innocence. Better hope they trust that paper, Kevin. Oh wow, that didn't actually take as long as I thought. This movie is weird as hell, and I mean, you probably noticed that overall. This movie is very silly. Everyone's made fun of this first movie, and whatever, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've seen movies that are way more boring and way more stupid, so I don't really care. I think this movie's way less offensive to my senses than something like Fan Four Stick or Morbius. So, a movie like this is relatively fine by my standards. My standards, of course, being 70 million crappy superhero movies I watch with my best friend, and then the one real one I'm able to watch every couple of months to keep my sanity in check.
Hi, I'm coming in here to say that I was gonna edit and add some fun facts in the video about the woman who made the soundtrack and the artists who have worked on this movie. I'm not really gonna do that, but I will just add any and all, or not all, that's a lot. Any documentaries I can find here on YouTube. So if you did want to look up and, just learn more, those will be there too. Alright, bye.
Overall, I give this movie a 5 or a 6 out of 10. And with that, we're moving on.
Hi guys. So this movie is gonna look a little inconsistent. I sourced a lot of the footage from some different places, and a lot of those places a lot of those YouTube channels like to upscale and make it 4K 60. So if the footage looks a little iffy and has a bit of a motion blur look, that's why. And I wanted to warn you because there's a lot of shots that look a bit silly. But sorry about that. I haven't bought the Tron 4K releases that just came out, so my bad.
This was a really crazy movie to re-experience when I rewatched it way back in 2023. This movie really changed me as a kid because ever since I watched this movie, I've been obsessed with futuristic tech and Datpunk, and anything with neon in it, really. And Lord, that opening title. I remember watching this when it first came out, and just imagine, you're a kid who's never heard of Tron, probably never seen a single ad for this movie, definitely didn't know it was a sequel, and this opening floored me. The opening title drop actually widened my eyes. It gave me goosebumps, literal chills. And when I rewatched it years later, the same feeling happened again. It was an insane moment to get that memory just unlocked all over again. That's one hell of a first impression to leave on someone. So, the movie starts and...
is copyrighted here.
Well, that didn't take too long. I already have something to bitch about. Okay, so this whole thing has always confused me when I rewatched this movie back in 2023. And I haven't even seen the other Tron fans talk about it on Reddit. No, not the Tron Reddit page. Okay, I can suspend my disbelief enough to say that the Tron movie in this world is just an adaptation of the story that actually happened. And also that it didn't flop horribly. How funny! But then this movie shows figures and designs that aren't in the original. They look like how they do in this movie. So why is there merch of something that the in-universe movie and games don't even look like? Can you tell this stupid little detail has confused me for years? Moving on, we get this little conversation that explains what happened off screen. Kevin Flynn remade the grid with Clue and Tron as basically a second life. It's like Chicago, but blue. I mean, who wouldn't want to leave their son to live here? Jesus! Jeff, did you do something with your hair? And face? Yes, this is the infamous de-aging technology and all its weird, jerky movements. This is one of its earliest uses, and it's also probably one of the most insane. Where all the other earlier examples and use cases are mostly for still shots of the actor's wrinkles unwrinkled, this one has the dude moving. It's weird as hell, man. But even though it looks like Tron adjustable stool, I applaud the sheer confidence this movie has to use it for nearly its entire runtime. Anyway, what were we talking about again? Child abandonment? Yeah, that sounds about right. So anyway, Flynn leaves his son like he's a live service game, and we never hear from him ever again. Flash forward 20 years, and we're pulling some Spider-Man 2099 shit with Sam Flynn pulling a funny prank on the very company he technically owns. Oh yeah, also Encom decided to stop making cool as hell lasers and video games, and now they make boring ass operating systems. What is this, a Microsoft buyout? Please clap. Sam talks to Alan talks to Sam, he say he got Discord ping, Sam checks old arcade, and now the goddamn movie starts. Whoa! This movie looks nuts. It's insane how amazing this movie looks, asterisk. The fact that from here on out, the rest of this movie is going to be CGI and green blue screens. Like, yeah, this is basic nowadays, but even with movies made 10 years after this film, I still think this movie manages to look a million times better. I might talk more about the behind the scenes stuff at the end, but I really can't describe how beautiful these shots look, so please have fun using your eyes for the rest of this video, because I know for a fact your ass was playing Fortnite when I talked about the first movie, Connor. So, you'll probably notice that this movie shares the rough beats of the original Tron movie, which makes for some really cool visual comparisons as we get to see the 30-year advancement between both movies. We get to see this immediately with Sam playing a modern version of that Disc Wars game, with the crowd actually being voiced by the audience in the 2010 Comic-Con panel. Here we also get to meet this guy, who takes first place for the coolest cosplay. Right next to Rinsler, not Rizzler, Rinsler. He fights the user, balls. This guy has sauce, or as the kiddos like to call it, swag, aura.
Freaks? Who are you?
He's the guy from the beginning of the movie.
You were trapped in here. That's right. And you're in charge. All right again. 2 for 2. So can we just go home now? Not in the car. Not for you.
Wait.
That's a hell of a way to treat your son. All of that. I'm not your father, Sam. But I'm very, very happy to see you.
Oh, he's the other guy from the beginning of the movie. Uh-oh.
Hello.
Where is he? What'd you do to him?
Same thing I'm going to do to you. User.
Ah, great. Now we gotta go on these light cycles. What is this, a legacy film? Alright, I'd be remiss not to talk at least a little bit about how fun this scene is. The light waves now have a cool liquid glass look, and it's such a weirdly awesome choice. And it's probably how most people remember these vehicles looking now. But I swear to God, they better not escape out of this arena through the walls with the motorcycles. Well now. We also get to meet Cora, a woman! It's Kevin Flynn, from the first movie. And he's doing the whole isolated older man with female Padawan thing years before Star Wars did. I'd go further into my opinions about it, but regardless of opinion, Star Wars fans would rip this comment section a new one, so I'm stopping here, smiley face. We then find out about ISOs. These things are made in the grid without Kevin Flynn's involvement and are apparently the answer to life itself, but they look nothing like a crispy chicken sandwich, so like, whatever. So it turns out Blue's Clues sent Alan that "you up" message as a way for them to open up that damn portal. Okay, well, what was stopping you from doing that in the 30 years you were stuck here before, Scooby Clue? Regardless, now that Clue 2 Electric Clugaloo has Sam's identity disc, he now has a way out of the grid. Which really sucks because he really loves killing in the name of making the perfect world.
Flynn! Am I still to create the perfect system? Yeah.
Anyway, Tron dies off screen again. And just like with Clippy, Clue goes on a big giant murder rampage. Jesus Christ. This is exactly what happens when I let Clippy take over my video writing. Like, down to the number this is what happened. And with the portal finally being back open for 8 hours, we can now finally get the hell out of Blue Chicago. Come on guys, let's skedaddle! Cut that one out of the video, please. Now, the only problem is that Kevin Flynn doesn't want it to move because Clue is really keen on getting his disc. Sam decides that without crispy chicken sandwich, this place ain't that great. Come on Cortana, let's get the f*** out of here. Also, this frame looks amazing and I want to put it in the video. Ah, yes. Early de-aging CGI on a weird reflecting surface. Beautiful. Anyway, awesome bar scene, Daft Punk, awesome bar fight. What? How did Daft Punk get here? You see, using Ralph logic, we can surmise that any musical artist, such as Skrillex and Daft Punk, can go into the digital world, and with a Ralph cameo in Fortnite, that gives credit to the idea that Sabrina Carpenter will appear in the next Tron movie. Anyway, this guy is here, and I don't remember a single line he says, but he's apparently a very popular character. Oh, hell yeah. He betrays him, does this. Cora... Jesus Christ. Rizzler gets the Identity DVD, and now we're on the train, the Tron Am. The Tron Am? We're basically gonna speed run through the rest of the movie. Oh my god, it's happening again. We find out that Cora is an ISO. I thought we already knew that. She's healed. Yay. Fast forward like 15 minutes. Oh my god, what's Clue doing? Fascist shit. The worst kind of shit. It's also around this point in the movie where I realized the twist. I also found out you're not supposed to watch movies with your eyes closed.
Tron. He's alive.
Yep. Why the fuck did they put the Tron emblem that only he has? And more importantly, how the hell can this guy see so far away? For a dude who's worked with computers and played games for God knows how many hours, his eyesight is incredible. Eye tests hate him, eyes want to be him. What? Okay, now Clue is getting ready to insert his evil warm-colored army into our world. Man, am I glad these guys stopped that stuff from ever happening. Wait. Okay, now we got light cycles, but they fly now. I'm skipping this part. Tron dies, but for real this time. Jesus Christ, this is really sad. And now the movie ends in a pretty cool way with a sacrifice, the music's going fucking crazy, and there's even a cute little nod to the original movie poster. As this movie ends, I keep thinking about how fun that last chunk was. I know I skipped over it, but trust me, it was very fun. This movie did give me that warm feeling that the 30-year wait had ended satisfyingly. I like this one. It's not perfect by any means, but every time I rewatch it, I can't help but have a smile on my face. It also seems like a lot of people agree, mostly folk around my age who also grew up with this movie. This movie made Tron maybe even more iconic, which you can see by the fact that every single Tron thing that's come after this movie has had this visual style, this sound, this vibe. This movie was also one of the first major legacy films. Also one of the first few legacy films. It seems like every year we get a movie made decades after the last one that just goes, hey, remember the first movie? And a couple things that people liked from the sequel? But Tron Legacy does it with such an earnest feel to it that it really does make it feel like a love letter to not just the first movie, but also makes it feel like this is one for the fans who wanted more Tron and not just Tron 2. And that's mostly what I wanted to highlight with this one. And hell, the way Disney treats Tron not as some multi-million-dollar moneymaker, but as a project with a lot of love in it. Also, Daft Punk, holy shit, this is one of the best soundtracks ever, oh my god. And with that, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, and I can finally end this video. Sorta. Because what if you want more? Well, Tron Uprising is a show so good, I won't even describe it to you. Both because I truly believe you should go in blind like me and my friend did, because, well, I mean, come on, you can't stop now. But also because I've got less than a month left until the deadline, and I haven't even started recording yet, so oops. I'll leave you with that quick little recommendation and just be done with it. But what if you want more? Well, now you're just being silly. But since you asked... Okay, so you 100% could stop here, and that's fine. If you want, though, you can take these, like, little side quests. Some little detours to take if you're really hankering for more of this guy. So now you're not just all caught up, you're diagnosed. First, we got the little bonus short film, The Next Day. It's kind of a cute little bonus thing for the fans that takes place, oh my god, the next day after Tron Uprising. Fuck, I meant Legacy. And you can find it on YouTube. It's about 30 minutes long, so don't worry. Then we got 3 Tron comics. Tromics. We got one called Tron Betrayal and Tron Original Movie Adaptation. Damn, what a title. These have recently been compiled into one book called Tron Upload, so I recommend picking this one up before you ever find a physical copy ever again. I mean, they'll probably resell this collection again for the next Tron movie. It just depends on whether or not you want to wait another 15 years to grab it. There's also a comic, Tron Ghost in the Machine, based off the video game Tron 2.0, and it takes place about 6 months after that game. This one isn't available in the bundle I just mentioned, so I guess you'll have to find other ways or pay $1 million, so good luck, bud. Next up are the Tron splits of necessary Tron video games. There are more out there, but I mainly want to talk about these 3 main series ones. Tron 2.0 and its little side game, Killer App, are based off the original movie. I won't talk too much about the Game Boy Advance little side game, but the main Tron 2.0 is a first-person disc thrower game. It stars Alan Bradley's son for the first and last time. And this game's available on Steam as of right now, so if you want to enjoy the visuals of Tron 1 without having to look at Goofy in order to do it, then this one's for you, you freak. Next up is Tron Evolution, a third-person action game that takes place during the flashback in Legacy, as shown by this cutscene, an extremely low-res image laying out the timeline. This one, sadly, isn't on PC, despite Disney having a massive amount of their old games still available for purchase, so get ready to bust out your Xbox in order to play this one. Also, good luck trying to get those online achievements, you poor bastard. And lastly, on the Trinity are the BitHell twins, Tron Identity, and Tron Catalyst. I've yet to actually play Catalyst as of writing and recording this, but I did try out the extremely lengthy demo that's available. Also, recommend and talk about it, plainly see. So Tron Identity is a detective whodunit game that fleshes out the perspective of the programs that live on the grid. This game isn't canon, sort of. These games, both of these two, take place on their own separate grid, so they're able to play in their own space, and because of that, they're able to do some really cool stuff with it. The religious themes that are actually prominent in most of the franchise are really prominent in this one, and I really like that. I'm not going to describe too much, I just want to recommend this one, because even if you've never seen a Tron thing, hashtag Tron thing, it's really good, so I recommend that. I will also talk a little bit about Catalyst, because I really want BitHell to make more Tron games, so I feel the need to spread as much word of mouth as mouth can mouth. I really enjoyed what I played. It's a little confusing at first, but it's really cool. I love the idea a lot. It's based off being in sort of a time loop. I love the lore that it gives. It's really good. It's got a dreadful vibe, and it really gives me like a big Uprising feeling, and I really love it. So go ahead, play Identity first, and then the sequel. And that's it for all the optional content you might want to check out. There are other games out there that could be worth taking a look at as potentially a little like addendum to this video, such as maybe, I don't know, the actual games that are based off these movies. Oh yeah, there's also a game called Tron Battle Grids. I don't know how important it is, but it seems like everyone thinks it is, so I'm gonna put it there. It's like on DS and Wii, and I think like another console. So, there's that. Now, what if you want more Tron? Stop! But there is a movie coming out. So let's talk about the movie coming out.
So, this movie's a bit weird. I haven't seen it yet, although by the time this video is uploaded, it should be like directly on the release date. Because I'm really cutting it close. But I'm pretty excited. Obviously, Jared Leto is a not amazing person, so I'm very hesitant to watch the movie because of him. But first of all, there's so many movies that come out where like a piece of shit actor is just there, you know, whatever. But I know Jared Leto is worse. I'm not gonna pretend like he's not. But there are other people in this movie. I'm going to be watching it because of the other actors involved. But apparently, it's gotten mediocre reviews. And I remember a lot of people are panicking right now. Not a lot of people panicking is a funny word. Some people are worried. They're like, oh no, this movie's just okay. And if you just look at the track record of the other Tron movies, they're about the same. This franchise is not like a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, and this movie's coming along and, you know, shitting on it. It's just always been that way. In fact, I've always had the opinion that the spin-off stuff has been a lot more interesting to look at than the movies. I'm not saying the movies are that bad, but like I like the show a million times more. That's even why I didn't talk about it like that much, because I just want you guys to go watch it, even if it doesn't have anything to do with this new movie. But yeah, I'm worried that people will like refuse to watch this movie, and then like 3 years later they'll tweet like, oh man, I wish they made more. And it's like, you had your opportunity, you know? But I also get it. So it's kind of like a weird middle ground. I will talk about it in like the comments. I'll leave a pinned comment talking about the movie. And if you like my little review of it, then you can decide whether or not to go watch it, or you can just watch it of your own volition. That might be good. But yeah, I just wanted to come over here and say this because I'm like I'm in the middle. I'm like right down the middle of excitement and disappointment. But yeah. Okay, bye. I didn't make that clear enough that the video is ending. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Hi. Thank you for watching this video. It's kicked my ass, 100%. I've been working on this since I started editing it, like, 2 weeks ago. I'm so happy with how it came out. There's some stuff I didn't get to, but I'll get into that later. But what I did want to talk about was I wanted to thank, this guy's name. I don't know if they wanted to be credited as their real name, so I'm giving time for me while I edit this to put in their real name or their username or whatever. They helped with the 3D model you saw at the beginning and probably other parts. I don't know if I am going to put the model in at any other part of the intro or outside of the intro. Was that we both worked together. I mean, we're both good friends, but we worked together on this one. They made the 3D model. I helped with the textures, which they're flat colors, but like I really like how it came out. I like the saturation. It's a big thing for me. I really enjoy this model. I can't wait to use it more. So thank you. This is a big thing that they just wanted to do, and I'll let them. But yeah. But then I also wanted to thank my good buddy Vadim. They edited the little like 3-minute section on the on the Tron Uprising and like little video game recommendations, the comics, all that stuff. And I just wanted to give thanks because although it wasn't a whole lot, it was just the audio was trimmed down. I just want to say thank you. Lastly, I want to talk about all the stuff I had missed out on. Just like, there were other things that I had not gotten to. I wanted to... There's so many jokes that I didn't get to put in the video. I also didn't talk about the Space Paranoids game that I believe you can still download. I didn't talk about the Disney little like create your own action figure thingy. And I thought that was really cool. I'm mentioning it now because I feel like that's kind of me doing whatever. Also, like I said again, I would totally love to make like a second video about like all the Tron video games. That won't come out like right away, even if a lot of people want that. But I just wanted to say thank you. I know there's stuff I missed, but yeah, thank you so much for watching.
That was happening, but I just didn't have the discipline or the skill to, thank God.
To go along.
Thank God, because I wouldn't, I'm capable of a real, give me a reason to not leave the house, for sure.
Yeah, that game is a good reason to. So you played it after you filmed it? Or
I tried to play it, I can't play it.
Okay.
What game is this?
It's called The Last of Us.
Is it out now?
Adapted it into,
oh my God,
a few years ago, yeah.
Because I got sucked into a video.
Which one?
Tron.
Tron, of course.